It's like the countdown to an Apollo blastoff. You see the pace car in front of the field, the light flashing. Dick King is just to our left. Our broadcast position is at the start-finish line. And in a moment, there is the command to fire the engines. And these $65,000 racing cars burst into life. It's a magnificent moment.
I feel the adrenaline flowing, Jim.
Can't help it. When you see these cars thunder to life, open wheel, open cockpit, the most sophisticated cars there are, if form follows function, these are the ultimate in car design, and perhaps the most dangerous cars ever built. No roll bars. Cars weigh 14 to 1,500 pounds. They're about 20 feet long. You can see how low to the ground Danny Ungaya set as he screamed around this track at over 170 miles per hour on straightaways to make this new record today and sit on the pole. Field beginning to roll out, and let's review for you as Danny Ungayas leads the field onto the Milwaukee Mile. The remainder of the starting grid for the race today. Field beginning to thunder. Two cars did not make it today. Roger Rager's car in the back of the field did not make it. And sadly, the Agogenian car with Gary Bettenhausen has been closeted. That car not coming out. There's the field rolling down. Before we get to that starting lineup, let's take a look at the current United States Auto Club point standing. Sneva is first. John Cock is second. Ungayas, who just a week ago was well back in the sixth position, as you see, is now third and closing. There are 300 points for a win in today's race. Points are based on mileage, not on money, but on mileage. And a 150-mile race will earn the winner 300 points. The purse today is approximately $126,000, and that's split among all the contenders who start. Now, we'll review for you the rest of the starting grid here. I'd like to say a special hello today as you see some of the people we introduced to you earlier, to Tassie Bettis, who has suffered a heart attack, and I'm sure he's watching back in New York. His car, number 92, which has a new driver, Al Laquasto of Eastern Pennsylvania, four-cylinder Drake, is in the field, starting in 20th position. Certainly wish him well. Here's that second row. There's the third row, Rutherford and John Cock, that you were introduced to a few moments ago. The fourth row is Pancho Carter and Al Unser. Potential winner there. And row 5, it's A.J. Foyt, and then starting beside him is a Lindsey Hopkins car number 16 with Johnny Parsons of Indianapolis, Indiana. His dad, a former Indy 500 champion. Row 6, Wally Dallenbach looking for his 8th USAC victory. And Larry Dixon of Marietta, Ohio. When you put him in a sprint car, he is an Iron Man. Row 7, Tom Bigelow, White Water, Wisconsin, raced the sprint car event last night, didn't win it for a change. And Spike Gilhouse, another Indiana campaigner, the number 19. Remember, he crashed at Indianapolis this year. Back in the row 8 is Steve Krisilov, who's off to a great year. Dick Rutherford said that when they went with him, they thought he had it to make it, and he certainly is proving the people with Pat Patrick's team right. Salt Walter, who finished 7th at Mosport, his best finish in a long time a week ago, has qualified well. Mike Mosley back in action in car number 78, Dan. And there's Tom Bagley, who was the Mini Indy champion of USAC just a year back. Had a great Mini Indy race earlier today. We'll give you the results later this afternoon on that. Row 10 is Phil Treshy, and there's the 92, the Tassie Bettis car, Al Laquasto in the number 92, and that goes back to the 20th position. Let's look at the last row now. You see them scrubbing the tires here. Larry Boom Boom Cannon is at it again with your race car. I think the car has about $500. A.J. Foyt is pitting as they come around to complete the first of the preliminary laps. Dick Simon, number 22, out of Sandy, Utah.
There's a shot of A.J. in the fifth. Can't imagine what that would be.
Simon runs shotgun on the field in 22nd. You see Foyt in. What are they doing there, Dan?
I couldn't see, Ken. It didn't appear as though they were able to do anything. Now, maybe he was unable to get whatever it was he wanted to get fixed. We'll see.
We have 10 Ford Cosworths here today, 1 Foyt engine. Then we have 9 of the four-cylinder Drakes and 2 of the BGS engines powering these beautiful $65,000 machines. Here's Foyt coming back up to pick up his position for the start. 150 miles, 150 laps, the distance here today. Pace car, light is off. It pulls down onto pit road. And we're ready for the start. Coming to the line, Danny Ungayas breaks out in front. Tom Sneva falls for second place. All 22 cars off to a good start. 1 car in trouble at the bottom of the track. track going into turn number 1 and slowing down and going into the grass at turn 1 on the start, one of the 22 starters. Out in front and getting a 12-car length advantage. That's Johncock out of the race on the first lap. Gordon Johncock's automobile broke something right on the start line, and he is retired from the competition. Johncock, who has won 2 races this year, one at Phoenix and one at Trenton, will not win today. And now they are at Bolsong. Spin, that's Gilhousen, number 19. Spike Gilhousen's car. Looks like he may bring out the first caution of the day. As you can see the car just over the yellow line. Gilhousen's number 19 will bring on a caution. He is just out of the 4th turn. He slid coming out of turn number 4, slid about 200 feet, and his car rests on the bottom of the track about 100 feet from the entrance to pit road. The first caution of the afternoon comes as the car is complete.
You know,
Lap 2.
Ken, this track, although it seems fairly smooth, when you get going very fast as these cars are, there's quite an undulation coming off that last turn, and it has a tendency to want to spin the car. That's probably what happened right there.
Gilhousen, who walled the car at Indy, has trouble here in turn number 4. Johncock's car is down here, and his mechanics, George Vignati and company, have rushed down to turn number 1. Looks like he might have broken a transmission on the start and eliminated one of the top contenders here today. The Pat Patrick number 20 with Johncock at the controls has retired in the early going. Here you see the safety car bringing Ungaius by as the yellow flag is demonstrated to the field. It is Sneva in the 2nd position. 3rd is the Dan Gurney Eagle, number 48, being driven by Unser, and 4th is Johnny Rutherford in a car that wasn't even supposed to race here today.
Ken, this track has pretty long, wide turns and relatively short straightaways, although the cars are able to accelerate up to 170 miles an hour. It puts a great premium on braking, and that's probably the most difficult thing to learn to do in racing.
Get on the calipers.
Right.
Coming around for green. We understand we may be coming up for green this time. Let's see, safety car does have the light off, indicative of a start. After the first caution period of the day for Gilhousen, spinning in turn 4. Safety car is in, and the field is once again seeing a green light. Sneva first. Rather, Ungaius first, Sneva second. It is Bobby Unser in 3rd. The 4th place is Rutherford, and Rick Mears runs in 5th. Those are the front 5. Back to racing. Long straightaway. Right there into turn number 3 is where a year ago John Cross crashed so hard backwards. Spent a couple of days in the hospital and had a severe headache for a long time after.